Welcome. Something weird's just happened.
What?
I've
That's
got
weird.
I've got a message here saying that this video has now ended.
What?
Did that happen?
It says live at the top left. Ended
It
on
says
what?
live at the top. It says live at the top left, and usually I follow on Facebook so that we can kind of find it. Nope, still going. That's weird.
Yeah, that's incredibly strange. So you got on. So hold on. We went live. You get a notification that says that the video's
The video
ended, and then
ended.
you go to check on it, and we're still live.
We're still live, and because there's a slight lag when I finally got into the video, it was just me looking down, kind of going, "No, saying it's not on. It's saying the video's ended." Now we're caught in this loop because I've now said it again, and I'm watching myself say it again. This is the episode that I'm going to try to keep quite tight, spoiler alert. And
Try and get me
now
down there
we're
quickly.
caught in this infinite loop of me kind of going, "Nope, it's saying we're not on." It's
It's just gonna repeat. It's Groundhog Day now.
I'm not on the rum tonight.
Oh, you must be driving the kids to work.
That's driving the kids to work. Yeah, I'll be driving them to their night shift job in an effort to just kind of go down the pit, down pit. So hopefully that'll be happening. Just need a bit extra cash because the fringe is coming up. Where I spend a bit of time in Edinburgh, so get kids out working.
Yeah, what you want to do is you want to make people laugh and then get them to buy you drinks.
Yeah, that's the plan. I have to say, I've been to a fair amount of gigs. It's always good to go to gigs kind of in slightly dodgy parts of Glasgow as well, because it always works. As you'll get some guy that just kind of going, "Are you going to kill me?" And you're like, "I'm going to buy you a fucking drink," and you're like, "No, you're not. No, I insist." I'm like, and then you're I'm buying you a drink, and then you're thinking, well, if he doesn't buy me a drink, he might fucking kill me.
I'm buying you a drink or else.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. And you're kind of going, so I need to choose between someone paying from alcohol or being brutally murdered, and it's always a tough one.
Yeah, it will be rude.
I was out last week with Michael Hurd.
Yes, I remember Michael.
Yeah. I said earlier, I can't remember if I said kind of before the stream started, I said during the stream, because to me it's all the same thing. I always forget. But I was
because you're always streaming. That's because you have to subscribe.
Just kind of going, yeah. I've got another computer facing me that's on 24/7, and this is just like kind of. Do you remember
the drone just hovers near you?
Yeah, just constantly, and there's. But when Big Brother used to stream on E4 24 hours a day, like.
Did you ever watch it at like 2 a.m?
Yeah.
Alan Carr talked about it and said it was just a bunch of people farting and whistling.
Yep,
that's exactly what it was.
Yep, it was really weird. It was really strange. It was a weird thing as well. And then if when they were doing live stuff, and if anything particularly exciting happened, and you could see there was obviously a control tower, and then it just went, well, we need this for tonight's show, and then it took you away from it. So you had 24 hours of the boring shite.
Yeah. We need to clip this right now.
We don't want Jade Goody being racist live because we can show it later.
Well, it's not like anybody's watching though.
I know.
Well, there absolutely was mentalists that would sleep on their sofa with it on and then wake up to it. That's nut job stuff.
Yeah, no, that's just new level, isn't it? And I watched the first season with Nasty Nick.
Yeah.
Right when it was a social experiment, and after that
was so many years ago.
No, I don't even want to think about how many years ago it was. It just evolved into drunken debauchery, which, to be honest, is more my kind of target demographic anyway. So I'm not sure why I stopped watching it. Who needs a social experiment?
Your life is a social experiment.
Life's a social experiment. I mean, I could have just probably maybe there's just that pretentious element to me where I'm thinking, I stopped watching it when it clearly stopped me. Can I stop predominantly being a social experiment?
Yeah, it started being about people that were just fame hungry, and that's how it
They
has
want to be
perpetuated.
famous. Yep. I
It would
suppose
ju
there was an element of that in the first one as well, but it was a
I
kind
looked
of
up
look
what
at
year
these
it was,
people.
by the way.
What year was it?
Can you guess?
I'm going to say 1998.
Oh, you actually shot under the mark. It was 2000.
All right, okay.
22 years ago, the first Big Brother
22
came out.
years for the first Big Brother.
God damn. I'm only 28. Well, actually, I'm very, very, very close to 29, but
Yeah, well, I just turned 45 yesterday.
very nice. My dad turned my dad. I lost track of my dad's age for ages, and it turns out this year he turned 60.
All
I
right,
didn't even
okay.
go. I didn't even go to his house. I didn't know. I didn't know it was his 60th.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things. I basically lost track of when my dad's birthday was until he died. And then,
Did you
it
know?
becomes that's when it
Did you?
starts to become relevant. Oh, I only made it to 68. Uh,
Did you not have a thing you used to do on Facebook about your dad's birthday?
yes, yes. My dad's birthday was the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Uh,
I've probably mentioned this on the stream before. My dad's birthday was always the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Probably.
And I used to contact him the day before St. Patrick's Day every year. And you could just hear him just kind of answering the phone, kind of going, "What?" And I go, "I wanted to say happy birthday, Dad." And he's just like, "It's the day after tomorrow, you prick." And I did it every year, and it was really weird because that almost became the anniversary. Because after my dad died, I
Yeah.
usually post about my dad the day before St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
more likely than the day after. Just because of that, which is really good. But I've got the sun's coming in the window, and it just looks
Yeah.
like, "Oh."
It does look like you're about to go to, it's the rapture and you're just about to walk off
Just
screen. I'm just left here with Dungeons and Dragons.
absolutely. I will say that if the rapture was to happen and I was one of the people that disappeared, then they've seriously kind of messed up
But
uh,
yeah, if
criteria.
that happens, just don't mention it to anyone.
I
Just
won't
like
mention it.
just play it cool. Just walk in and be like,
Yeah, me and
okay.
143,999 other people, because apparently it's 144,000 people
Yeah, I
that
remember.
get taken up by the rapture, and it'll just be, and they're just kind of going, and I'm close to the back of the queue, kind of going, fuck, all they've not kind of overstated this. So maybe if you're a particularly nasty person, you get brought up, and then you just get there, and then they all go in, and then a bouncer just an angelic bouncer comes out and go,
No,
"All right,
be funny if all 144,000 of them just kicked the shit out of you. Like,
mate." Right,
just
lads.
cries, just rips you apart.
Literally, I'm the only one that shouldn't be there. Like they didn't make
Have you
any
ever
other mistakes. It's not like me
have
and
you
Hitler.
have you ever seen the yeah, everyone you hit, it's like you're hitting a good person. No, you ever seen the movie with Jet Li from years ago? It's one of
Yes.
the cheesiest like new metal throughout not 90s, it was like 2000s movies.
Yeah.
And the end of it is him in hell, like just fighting everyone. It's just like that's his fate. He just goes into hell and he's like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna
Starts.
beat up all of hell. That's a Herculean task.
Yeah. I'm going to mention a film now, just on the back of just how that film ends, and
Please do.
it's a Japanese film, and it was directed by a guy called, is it Takeshi Mike?
I don't know.
He usually does really kind of slightly off the wall films, but he made a film called Dead or Alive, and I'm going
Oh
to mention
yeah.
Dead or Alive now before we stream it. I'm going to close this
Is that
curtain, right, because that's really distracting me.
is that based off the game?
What?
Dead or Alive? What am I
Dead or
thinking of?
Alive? I'll need to. I'll tell you about it, right? Because it's mental.
Just you sort
That
out your
somehow
curtains.
wasn't it? I thought somehow made that worse.
Yeah. You realise that the
No,
light's actually coming from inside the house.
maybe it's coming from me. That sounds like
Yeah.
a good premise for a horror film. It must be
Well,
coming from
I know
inside
what
the
it
house.
I know what it is. You've forgotten to zip up your fly. It's the light that
I
shines out
have,
your arsehole.
and I'm flashing. I'm flashing. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dead or Alive. So Dead or Alive starts
Is
off
Dead
as
or
this kind of.
Alive not a is it not a series of video games as well?
I think that there is a series of video games, but they're unrelated.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Right. Right. So it basically starts off as a kind of. There's two guys that kind of. It alludes to the fact that they grew up together. One of them becomes a cop, right? And maybe
Huh.
maybe it didn't allude to it because I mean I watched this film about 6 months after it came out, and I've not seen it since. And now that I'm going to explain it to you, I might have slightly forgotten it because it's about 20 odd years old, right? I might have slightly forgotten it, but also now suddenly want to see it again. And you might want to see. You'll either want to see it
Yeah.
after this, or you won't, right?
Do you think we can get
So
a hold
what?
of the license and we could just stream it and we could just
It
watch it
just
while
yeah,
everyone
absolutely. So the one of them's a cop, and the other guy starts to become quite high up in the kind of yakuza, right?
Yeah.
And the first 5 minutes is absolute batshit mental. So it's like loads of kind of stuff happening, really kind of
Yeah.
bizarre, off the wall stuff. You strip clubs, bang, 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 shoot, 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 and it's just mental and it's non-stop. And I'll not go into real specifics about what it is, but it goes on and basically, yeah, yeah, it's
Acting all
honestly
like
absolute batshit mental. And then it turns into what you would consider to be a relatively normal film. It's still a wee bit kind of batshit
yeah.
mental, but there's obviously this kind of almost like the whole thing's a kind of game of chess between these two guys, right?
Right.
One of them's a cop, one of them's a kind of yakuza guy, and they're both kind of fucking each other over and blah blah blah. He's trying to stop the kind of yakuza and blah, 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 cop, and that the middle hour and 20 minutes doesn't matter, right? So you get the kind of real
You can
batshit
sleep
mental.
through it.
Yeah, yeah. You almost. Well, do you know what? I don't think you could, on account of the fact that you need that bit, or else the ending loses its. So if you just saw the first 5 minutes and the last 2 minutes, you go, that was 7 minutes of what the fuck. But if you saw this
Yeah. That
hour
would make a good
and
YouTube
5 minutes,
video.
out in 5, 10 minutes of kind of normality in between, you go, what? Right. So what happens? Basically, it's just, and even the first kind of 5 minutes isn't really kind of completely off the wall. It's just lots of real kind of rapid shots, people just
Yeah.
doing this, that, next thing. Guy getting into a strip club, just kind of getting a dance from the woman, kind of going a wee bit further, blah blah blah, all that kind of is all very kind of quick, flash,
Yeah.
flash,
Super
flash.
rapid fire.
Blood and ejaculate and stuff kind of going over, the usual kind of so that's kind of what's going on, and then it kind of it slows down because it has to slow down. You couldn't watch that, right?
It would make you sick.
Yep. So then I suppose to an extent it becomes almost like a Japanese version of Heat. You've got these two kind of
Yeah.
people, kind of De Niro and Pacino, kind of those kind of guys, and then
Playing off each other.
and then it basically ends with them facing off each other outside like an old abandoned warehouse, I think it is. So they're both
Yeah.
just standing there and they're ready, and this is just the end, right?
The big finale, the Alamo.
This is a big finale, and then one of them's just kind of I think the cop's just there and he kind of goes, "Ugh!" and these massive angel wings come out of his back. Like that, and then it turns to the kind of yakuza guy, and he goes, "Ugh!" and he's kind of black wings come out his back, and then they start kind of attacking each other, and it just goes batshit mental. And then the last scene is the planet Earth. It's a close up of the planet Earth, and then it explodes into pieces. And I'm like, it was because
That
when I
sounds
watched
absolutely incredible.
it,
That sounds like
it
one
was
of the best films ever made.
I know, and it's amazing that I've never watched that again.
To have the balls, to have the actual balls to establish a premise like that, and then just fucking Just like
do you know, I
angel,
genuinely think
devil,
they're fighting,
world
there's lasers
explodes.
coming out there. I think there's lasers coming out their eyes as well while they're fighting.
Oh
So they're
my
kinda
god. So,
it
like
is honestly, and I think by just
wait, the
explaining the whole
angel has
thing,
lasers as well?
yeah, both of them are shooting lasers at each other. By the
It's
way, it's
not
been
I
20
wouldn't
years ago. I need to see it again. That's my recollection of it.
be really funny if we watched it back and it ends with, like, a wedding. It's just like a
Yeah,
normal wedding.
absolutely. Maybe I fell
It's just
asleep. Wouldn't that be great if you did explain a film to somebody
you've
and
just
you actually did
drank
fall
that
asleep?
other end and you just drank that other ending until you believed it.
Or you're just watching something with like a really bad fever. You know, you're just going,
Yeah.
I'm going to put this on. My big fat Greek wedding was a lot more surreal than I thought it was going to be. You're going, what the bit when everyone gets pecked to death by chickens?
Oh, I'm
Ah,
remembering
well,
something.
this is keeping it tight.
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah. Oh,
what
yeah,
drinking.
maybe we should actually do some
Yeah, we'll
questions.
see. We'll see. But that's the other thing as well, because there's sometimes when I kind of like afterwards, I kind of go, that was, we probably went a wee bit kind of off topic on account of the fact that I was on the rum.
Yeah.
Uh, and of course, this is something like the second or third time I've not had a drink, and clearly it's not that because
No,
uh,
no. If anything, it
people,
slows you down.
yeah, no, absolutely. People have said to me that they genuinely don't see a difference between me drunk and sober, and I
It's
don't know if
just
that's a
you.
compliment about how much I can drink or a sad indictment of what I'm like when I'm not.
No different.
Absolutely.
Absolutely no different.
Yeah, exactly. I could save myself a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, it has
If it
no
didn't
outward
taste so damn good.
effect.
It didn't taste
Wait,
so tasty.
do you but if you're like that, then there must get a point when you're unintelligible. There's
Maybe
gotta
there's a
be a
point
point.
when I am intelligible. I don't think. Do you know? I've always kind of plateaued slightly. So like, I think I
Got to
get,
the edge and
yeah,
stuff.
and then I just kind of go. I'm sure there's been. Do you know what? There's a couple of times, and I've unfortunately got friends that can testify to it. Depending on what I'm drinking, sometimes I can be not obnoxious. I think that's too strong, but I might be a bit of a contrarian, or I might take things the wrong way. And I
Oh,
don't mean
right.
like I want to start a fight sort of thing. But there might be times when, and it's even worse if somebody's like texting you or something, and you can't potentially read. Alcohol
You
gives me
can
kind of
potentially
autism.
read.
Alcohol makes me autistic, and I'm kind of going, I can't work out the nuance of what this text means, and then I become a bit of a
Yeah, you just like you too focusing in on what people are saying and stuff.
yeah. I just say, why did they use that word, or what
Yeah,
did they mean?
stuff
But
like that.
yeah, and I start to get paranoid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people like that. But what is it? What do you drink that would make that happen?
Well, I have to say that I did what my absolute worst drinking experience. It wasn't my worst drinking experience, but there was a time when I was drinking whiskey. I was drinking whiskey
Oh.
kind of all day, and I said something to a friend, and I don't think we were ever truly friends after that.
Oh,
I genuinely don't think we're
what
friends
did you
after that. And by
say?
the way, we're absolutely right not to. And I'm not going to. I'm definitely not going to say it in the stream.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what? And it's
It's too
made
bad.
all the worse. It's made all the worse by something that happened to me in my future.
Oh, really? Oh, fair enough.
Right.
Well,
Well, I made a horrific comment to somebody, which I suppose karmically uh, came
you
back
paid for
to
down the
personally
line.
haunt me.
Yeah. Oh,
It came
that's
back to
terrible.
personally haunt me. Horrific. Honestly, even now, just remembering it, if anybody, if I've got friends that if they knew this story, would probably not be my friend anymore.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow. I'm gonna be thinking
Uh,
about what you said a lot. I gotta try and
yep.
think.
It's just definitely. There's. I would say it is maybe the single most worst thing that has ever come out of my mouth. And by the
Holy
way,
shit.
see, out of context, it probably, if I said it to you, it wouldn't be as
Yeah.
bad because I said it to this person.
Right.
Right, right, and
It
it was
was
specific,
like
and
it was targeted, like super
it was
targeted.
it was super targeted to this. So like, but there's people,
I
then
can't. Do you know? I'm trying to think of something I could say to a friend to make that happen. I'm not. I'm not sure I can come up. Well, actually, do you know what? Given enough time, I probably could come up with multiple for
no,
everyone I know.
absolutely.
But
I think everybody's got something. Maybe that's the meaning of life.
trying to figure out.
Whatever
It's
it
like
is, you have to find the one thing that will completely fuck them psychologically.
it's like trying to discover somebody's true name, combine them
So,
forever. I can write you out of my life with one line. Here it
yep,
goes.
I will tell you. I know that we are keeping it tight tonight. We usually do a kind of post match analysis, which I don't think we'll do tonight.
Mm,
I will probably text it to you later.
fine. I will
Uh,
accept that.
I'm also going to text it later because, to be honest, my daughter's in the next room, and I'm not entirely sure I want her to hear it either.
Be funny if she heard this conversation and now
Yep, and then
she's
she's
gonna
going to
be
go, "What?"
she's gonna wait for you to text it to me and she's gonna read the text.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to steal my
That's
phone later.
modern problems require modern solutions.
Absolutely. She's gonna sneak into my room later and try and open my phone with my unconscious form, with the facial recognition, opening my eyes.
What's amazing is if she was actually listening, if she actually was listening to this conversation, you've now told her that you're gonna do it and your plan for how you're gonna store it.
Exactly.
It's
That's it.
just like, here's how you would steal from
Here's how
me.
you would do this. Honestly, I'm kind of going. Yeah, no, honestly, I basically, we stayed in contact, and then there was a point where he unfriended me quite subtly, just one day.
Yeah,
It's like
just gone, like a whisper, like a puff
he
of
was gone,
wind.
and he got in contact with me. He got in contact with me again after my friend Douglas died,
Yeah,
because he knew Douglas, and then we had a wee bit of kind of back and forth, and then he just kind of
dipped
disappeared
again.
again into the ether. And again, occasionally pops up and says hello, but it's never been the same, and it's on me. By the way, I'm the
Wow.
bad guy in this. Just in case you're sitting here kind of going, oh, God, maybe you're just misunderstood. I am well aware of the fact that the scenario.
Yeah, yeah. This was a nail. This was 100% a failure.
Honestly, there's been when you wake up the next day and you get the fear and you go, "What am I like? What did I do?" And then you kind of laugh it off. No,
Yeah,
I
there
went,
are times when it's like, you piece of shit, you piece of
yeah,
shit. How did you do that?
yeah. Why would you do that? And honestly, even just, I know this is supposed to be this is labeled as a kind of comedy podcast, and I'm beating my
It's getting
soul here.
really heavy.
It's getting really kind of, but even, do you know? And this is a horrible thing. I'm laughing about it, and it's a nervous
Oh,
laugh.
how many years ago was it?
Too many years ago, it was. When did Big Brother come out?
2000.
It was probably kicking about that neck of the woods. Maybe not
Wow.
quite. No, do you know what? Let's say 2000 and early 2000s. Early
Early
2000s.
2000s.
Early 2000s. And as I said, specifically, karmically, this came back and bit me in the arse. And now, just occasionally, I just kind of go, "Oh yeah, you did that. I mean, that was you.
You catch yourself in the mirror.
As yourself in the mirror, and just we don't.
Look at you, you piece of shit.
I don't have any mirrors in my house. Doing this stream and seeing my face right now is the
Did they
closest
keep
I come to a
breaking?
mirror, which is exactly just which is why I brought it up, because I could see my dark and tortured eyes and just thought, oh shit, now's the time to bring up. Now's the time to
You
bring up.
gremlin, get back into the shadows, you gremlin. Take the
Do you
mirror
know, I can't
down.
even say the name of the person that I said it to, because I do have a couple of mutual friends, and I don't want them to be in a position. kind of going, do you know what? I
Well,
watched
do
John
you
do
know
a
what?
stream, and
After saying what you just said, why would you like? Why would you give his name? It's like
absolutely,
this is the
but
person that I feel like I damaged most of my
yeah,
life.
I've
Here's his
specifically got.
name.
I am still friends on Facebook with people that know this guy, and I know that I've not told them this story, and I know sure as fuck that he hasn't told them this story. And do you know how I know that? Because I'm still friends with him on Facebook. And if I
Yeah,
was to
there's no
mention it
way.
now, yeah, if I was to mention it now, it would be just honestly, I'm just, and obviously, I do the now classic, say really hurtful things to people you genuinely care about. You know that's another classic, isn't it?
Well, they don't
So sure.
disappear for 30 years.
So anyway, on that note, now that I've bared my soul, uh,
Yeah,
let's
let's
get a question.
escape. Let's escape that to a sci-fi
Yeah,
world.
You're
Actually,
just
I'm gonna
you're
get
going to
some.
spend.
I was gonna get some water while you prepare
Go get some water.
the sheath.
Go get some water. I'll bare my soul some more. So yeah, I don't know where that came from. I was expecting. I was saying to Chris that keep this tight tonight. I've done 27 minutes of me being the most horrible person I've ever been in my life. So I'm ready to go, like literally ready to go. So yeah, I'm just so yeah. See, it's really weird. We've been doing this for so long, and I still think that I always bring something new to the table.
Yeah,
And always
you're
bring
just
something
a
new to the table.
you're an endless mine of deeply
Of what,
personal stories.
what a horrific person I am. Jeannie Jones. I don't know if you've met Jeannie. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. But Jeannie Jones does comedy as well. But she your paths possibly haven't crossed, but she's a wonderful human being. Love her to bits. She's I think she's taking a bit of a back seat, kind of like yourself, but so I'm not
Hmm.
seeing so much for kind of a comedy context. But she used to call me John. I've got a story about that, Carruthers. Because whatever the
Yeah,
topic
yeah.
was, I go, well,
I've been around something just like this.
so, funny thing happened to me. Uh, by the way, I'm
I
also
ruined
sure.
somebody's life. I ruined a friendship.
Yeah. I'm also. I've got another story about that. Fucking hell. No,
He's got
this
another
one's never
story
been
about
told. This one's never. But I've just realised that I do have another story. Uh,
about having
and
stories all
don't
the
even think I don't even think I'll text you that one. To be fair, because you might unfriend me.
time. Oh boy. Oh my god. I'm trying to think
Yeah,
even what would cause that.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's going to my grave. And if I don't tell somebody else, then I might end up in my grave sooner rather than later. But it's definitely there, burrowing away at the darkest, deepest recesses of my soul. And
where
yeah, I probably will
where
take that one with me.
where did you bury yours?
That sounds like the new tagline for Cadbury's cream eggs. Where do you bury yours? Right. Do you know, I must have mentioned, again, I must have mentioned, before we start, I must have mentioned my bugbear with cream eggs before.
Oh yeah. No, I
I
don't think
must
you
have.
have actually.
Right, okay. Right, Cadbury's cream egg, obviously out during Easter. I'm sure I've told you this before, and I'm sure I've told you on this before now. But to be honest, we do so many episodes. I'm not, uh, I'm not bothered. I just saw your private
Where do you
message
bury
there.
yours?
Yeah, absolutely. I just saw that there. All right, so Cadbury's cream egg Easter. Obviously, that's usually when they come out, but they started to do kind of Halloween one. Have I told you that story before?
Like
They,
pumpkins? No, you've not told me this
they
before.
started to do a Halloween one, and the yolk in the middle's green,
Oh, okay, like a rotten
right?
egg.
So, and they called it Cadbury's Scream Eggs
Sure.
because you would.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
cream egg.
Halloween.
It's
Scream,
Halloween based.
cream.
And about 3 or 4 years ago, they rebranded them Cadbury's ghost eggs. And I'm
It's not even
and even
trying.
now as I'm saying it, I'm going, why would you do that? You had the perfect name.
It
You've got
rhymed with cream.
yeah,
It
yep,
wa-
yep,
it was it was related to Halloween.
it's a variation on the cream egg brand.
Ghost eggs.
And now every every Halloween they come out and are called Cadbury's Ghost Egg, and I've no
It's so
idea
bad.
why they even. Because I mean, I can understand if they called them ghost eggs, and then somebody in Cadbury said, why is nobody thought to call these scream eggs?" And
Yeah,
they're kind of probably like the wee kind of intern guy. He's probably the worst paid person in the whole organization. The
I
most kind of
think
streetwise one as well goes, why is nobody calling these scream eggs? And I went, well, I mean, we're not going to get you a raise, but that's amazing.
that's indicative of a hostile workplace. Nobody wanted to question that decision, and that's a
Yeah,
problem.
absolutely. Ghost eggs. I mean, that's an
That doesn't
organization.
make any sense.
Cadbury's an organization of yes men. I think we've just established this. Right here now.
Also,
If anybody,
do ghosts lay eggs? That's what I really want to know.
absolutely, absolutely.
Imagine that.
Maybe they
Imagine like Ghostbusters was like Alien, and there was just like big deposits of egg sacs, and then suddenly.
do. Just when Venkman gets slimed, and then about 20 minutes later, just out the blues, going, these ghosts burst out. Just
imagine,
Bill Murray
imagine,
just gets ripped apart.
yeah. Imagine someone's making an omelet like.
Is there not a scene in Ghostbusters where the eggs start to bubble in the fridge? So there you go. Yeah, no. Cadbury's basically bunch of yes men. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
no
for
spines.
their boss said we're going to rebrand these ghost eggs, and everyone said good idea. And if there's anybody for Cadbury's watching, me say that you're a bunch of yes men, then
Treat your
I'm sure
workers better.
you'll agree. I'm sure you'll agree. Because it's your nature.
Vote against the
Like,
despot. Get him out of there, and get the bunny
example,
back in charge.
Jimmy Cadbury. I'm assuming that's his name.
Yeah, he's a
The
big
founder
rabbit with a stopwatch.
okay, yeah, exactly. Two, two, 2.5 minutes maximum for a toilet trip.
He is fully senile though, like fully senile.
Yeah, just let's call them ghost eggs. And they're like,
Yes, yes, sir. You're a visionary.
the moment he dies, he'll go back to scream eggs.
Yeah, it's him. He is the tyrant.
It's just, to be fair, if he was like slightly senile and a tyrant as well, that'd be just kind of going, I want to rename them ghost eggs, and you just go, okay, and keep them as scream eggs, and then later on you kind of go, did I not ask you to rename this? You go, no.
You've got interns in the other room writing newspapers for him.
1976.
Wow, it seems like we're going backwards in time again.
Just kind of going, or he's reading a newspaper that says Hitler invades Poland, and it's like 2022. He's going, we got to stop this guy.
we need to retrofit all the factories to produce weapons. Yes, sir.
He's now sitting kind of going, I've got a great idea. For something. We'll call them cream eggs. Like, you know, the ones that we do at Halloween. Why don't we do them at Easter? And it's just going, great idea, boss. Yeah, anyway, sorry, we have gone off topic. It's not like us at all. Let's get questioning.
Yeah, let's get questioning.
Let's get questioning. So you're basically you escaped from that planet where they were going to kill you, and remember, Gork died. Gork died.
What a mood whiplash that was. Just go on.
Gork died, and you've replaced Gork with Bjork.
That's right, Bjork.
Right.
The less skilled intern.
Yeah, who came up with the idea for Scream Eggs?
Yeah, they are an intern though.
So now I'm trying to find out where the hell we are.
They're not half the
So,
man Quark
you're approaching a medium-sized blue-green planet and take up orbit position. Scanning the planet surface reveals several clusters of intelligent life. You try to contact them, but nothing comes up on the radio, and you get the choice of beaming down to the planet to investigate or continuing onwards.
Question: what's a cluster?
What's a cluster?
Aye.
You mean what does word cluster mean?
No, in this context.
Right, okay, because I was kind of going, that was a bit, there's no way you don't know what the word cluster means. Basically, you're looking
You
at
think I've never used cluster bombs before?
Absolutely. Is that why you're wanting to know?
No, because
So
it's
there's little different communities all kind of
all
spread out
right.
quite far apart.
Fair enough.
So rather than finding the place teeming with life, there's just little
Tiny wee bits over here and there.
clusters, if you will. So you have a choice of beaming down or just continuing onwards.
Just continuing onwards, fuck it then. I don't know that's been down. It'd be funny after all that. What's the cluster?
If you beam down, you can take 3 crew members with you.
Well, we're not going to take Bjork. What's the stamina of Mork?
Mork's stamina is 13.
Nah, fuck that then. Okay, well, obviously I'm going. Did you say 2 I can take? Well, then let's take Onion.
Take 3. You can take 3.
Onion needs a walk.
Onion needs a walk.
Get me Rusty Johnson.
Onion, Rusty Johnson. It's great if anybody's watching this for the first time going, what is this? I think I say that every week.
Get me
Rusty Johnson.
And Dave Cloyster. Get me Rusty Johnson and Dave
Cloyster.
And Onion the Doug / science officer. Don't disrespect the rank. Although I'm the captain, so I can disrespect anybody's rank.
But I will say that. I mean, there's been a few times. Usually, they tell you can take 2 people down. This time, you're taking 3. I'm just going to give you a warning. I think the first one was 3 as well. I'm going to give you the warning, and that seems to me that you might need to go kind of mob-handed.
Oh, heavier? You think come heavier?
Oh, that's fine. Now you've made your choice.
No, I'll switch Rusty Johnson out for Bjork.
You're going to do?
Actually, they're the same. They're the same. No, fuck it. I'm keeping with my original composition.
Keep Rusty
Johnson. Will survive. Onion will survive. We'll keep Rusty Johnson. Rusty Johnson is just a man called Johnson.
So you're beaming down. You're going
Johnson
to beam
is
down.
covered head to toe in rust at all times. Even his skin is rust.
Especially his Johnson.
This Johnson is the rustiest Johnson.
The rustiest Johnson you have ever seen.
He plays a rusty trombone.
I've seen a lot of Johnsons.
Rusted and otherwise.
Rusted and non-rusted alike.
Some with the rust all waxed off.
Some with extra rust.
Some with rust around the rim that wasn't.
Lovely. So you land on the planet and you look around. I love that. It's just kind of going, do you know what? It's just that you land on a planet and look around. You know, it doesn't matter how big the planet is, just land on the planet and you look around.
Tarkin pulls her 95th cigarette of the day from her.
That's why she always likes going down, because she's not allowed to smoke in the ship.
Yeah, exactly. This is the only time she can go out for a smoke, and then she gives Onion some too, because that's the only time Onion can smoke as well. Onion's sitting with its legs, its arms and legs crossed.
Everyone's saying we could have been home by now, and she's just like, no, we need to investigate every planet.
Wee bit of whiskey.
No, she can drink that in the ship. But it's better. It's better if she's drinking it in the open air. You know what I'm talking about? So a thunderstorm is raging around you and it's pouring with rain. You're standing in rocky ground about 100 meters from what appears to be a village of some kind. 3 aliens.
When you think of how much, when you think of how much unmanned land there is on a planet, it's amazing that we keep bugging down right next to villages.
I'm assuming that was by design. You noticed there was clusters of intelligent life, so you probably landed close to it.
Imagine like there was a path in this book that was like, you come to an open field. You can go north, west, or east. You go north. You come to an open field. East, an open field.
And
North.
it just goes
It's like
round there.
the longest possible combination of choices that result in no decisions, just like 30 fields in a row, and then you have reached the end. Did you get the items? No.
Uh, that is pretty much how I run this game anyway. Just kind of going, there's like very little actual decision making and just talking. I don't think we'd notice a difference.
No. Well, because we don't talk about the book, we talk about
Absolutely.
the
I
Matrix
don't think
films and stuff. I don't know.
so. There's three aliens, which I'll show you. Three aliens, presumably villagers, are shuffling around about halfway to the village. But as soon as you appear, they're startled and turn to face you. So here they are.
Morning, boys. Oh, I
That's them there.
almost asterisks and obelisks. Obelixes.
Obelixy.
Obelix. Yes, thank you. Obelixes.
So they're strange podgy creatures with long necks and stumpy legs. One of the
Okay.
aliens turns and waddles off back to the village at what must be a running pace.
He doesn't give a fuck. Oh no, he does give a fuck. He's gonna go tell somebody. I thought he was just like he just turns around and walks away. It's like whatever. I'm going,
He's like,
I'm going
ah!
home.
The other two are advancing towards you with weapons, which are kind of large pointed sticks. Your choices are wait for them to arrive, walk towards them and meet them halfway, or make a dash for the village.
Let's just wait.
Just wait. You're going to wait for them?
Yeah.
Wait for them to arrive. Through your translator, you talk to them and then you explain your mission. They are suspicious and they hold you at bay with their weapons, but agree to take you to the village elder to talk. Village elder? I am the village elder.
Wait, they are. Wait, these ones are taking me to their leader.
They absolutely are. It's such a cliche. It's a cliche for a reason, because it's a classic.
I mean, where else are we going to get quests from?
Absolutely. As you enter the village area, other aliens shuffle towards you inquisitively.
About ye.
Now, if you don't know what cluster means, you want me to explain what inquisitively? No. You're marched to a large hut at the centre of the clearing to meet the village elder. You enter his hut and see a large, somewhat wrinkled alien squatting in a fat corner. A far corner, not a fat corner.
Yo, look how fat this corner is. Onion, look at this fat corner.
That's right. A somewhat wrinkled alien squatting in a far corner, not a fat corner as previously believed.
Not a falconer either. Not a falconer.
Yeah, I'm allowed to make the occasional mistake.
It's just a fat corner is funny to picture.
Fat corners like I'm just, but as it came out of my mouth, I just went, a what?
Sat on a falconer in a fat corner.
Sat in a fat corner. As I've said before, this is why I couldn't read audiobooks. It would just be this kind of monologue of
no, because what you do is you. No, you do it. You read the audiobook, but then you clip all of those and put them in a big compilation and have a separate upload for the outtakes. You just doubled your views.
After you've exchanged introductions, you begin to question them. Hello, I'm Captain Tarkin. Let me ask you some questions. Will you ask them about the planet and its inhabitants? Or do you believe the primitive race can be of little help in your mission, but ask enemy about their knowledge of astronomy?
Ask them about their planet. Let me know about your planet. Share it with me.
Let me find out about your planet. Let's do this. The alien is quite a talkative creature, sitting in his fat corner.
Tarkin offers them her cigarette as a peace pipe.
Here you go, mate. Take a toke on this.
She gives them
so the alien's quite talkative creature. Be even more talkative after this, and tells you that you're on the planet Kleba. On the surface of the planet, there are many villagers of similar features. Their stage of cultural development seems to be approximate that of the Middle Ages of Earth. They're an agricultural race. The weather on the planet used to be excellent, but bad weather has ruined their crops for several reasons. Not several reasons, several seasons. I've done it again.
So like the thunder's coming down and like destroying the crops, and then it's like the thunder goes, I want you to know that the time that I did it this time because I didn't like how it looked.
Fat corners, fat corners. This tonight's episode's called Moonraker because it's episode 007 and Moonraker's set in space. Right? Now I'm thinking that tonight's episode should have been called Fat Corners and Several Reasons.
Yeah.
So me going on about how I usually very rarely make mistakes reading this, and now I've made two in like a couple of minutes. So several seasons, the weather is controlled by someone they refer to as the Rain Lord, who lives in a fortified castle.
Is he really, really, really good at poker? He's a master of blackjack.
He's a master of blackjack. He's the Rain Lord. And he lives in a fortified castle 2 hours' journey from their village. The Rain Lord is, they believe, punishing them with this bad weather. As the crops have been failing, the village has been hit by famine and disease. Basically, if you had your medical officer with you, you could see what could be done for the sick, but you don't.
Shit.
Because you shat it. Because you're worried about taking your medical officer down. But you can ask whether they've any knowledge of astronomy, or you can offer to try and contact the Rain Lord.
Yeah, I want to try and contact the Rain Lord. I'm in contact this Rain Lord.
Rain Lord. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Following the directions, you head towards the hills to visit the Rain Lord's castle. After some 15 minutes walk, wait a minute, let's go back. It says 2 hours journey from their village, and now suddenly it's 15 minutes. But I suppose they waddle.
Well, you haven't read the next part of the sentence. It could be after a 15-minute walk, you're attacked by wolves.
Well, you're right. After some 15 minutes walk, you see a large building in the distance, and it takes you about another 15 minutes to reach it. So that's half an hour. So you went four times the speed of a villager. If you wanted to know, if part of you, while I was describing this to you, said, so how fast does a human being walk in relation to one of these aliens? We now know the answer to be 4 times as fast.
There you go.
So there you go. I mean, if you're not...
It's a rich, interesting lore that this writer has built of this world.
And you know, it was so subtle because probably nobody else has questioned that. Evidently, right, okay, it actually does explain it in the next... maybe, I'm not, just because I'm not drinking tonight, I'm not at the top of my game. Evidently, a walk which takes you half an hour would take the aliens much longer at their sluggish pace. There we go. If I just read on,
we're leaving them behind. We're leaving them behind.
You reach the gate.
That's very convenient for them to be like, oh no, there's no way we could. We all walk like this.
Maybe they're just
as soon as you leave, they're like.
Like Michael Myers in Halloween, you know, you're like running away and he's just walking after you really slowly. As soon as you're around the corner, he goes.
Yeah, because that's that's the only time he ever moves fast is off camera. So he must just be walking and then being like.
I know, just bone, because you're just kind of going, how did Michael Myers catch up with him?
He was just like round in the corner. They go upstairs and then suddenly he's behind them.
Exactly, just kind of going. And it'd be great if you just see him kind of in the background. You know, when usually somebody's standing there looking out a window, and then you see kind of Michael Myers appear in the background. It'd be great if it was just him coming in, kind of going.
He's like catching his breath, and then the moment they look at him, he's just like stock still staring at them. He's not even got the knife; he's just staring, and then they like walk away.
This guy's so nonchalant. So nonchalant, just no nonsense. But
it was a William Shatner mask he's wearing, isn't it?
It was a William Shatner mask, that's right. That's which you can't unsee once you see it.
Yeah, you really can't.
So you reach the gate and you see an armed guard barring the way. Do you want to draw your phasers and shoot the guard, or continue up to the gate to talk
Is
to
his
the guard?
name is his name Baron the Way?
Hey, hey!
Let's just geek this guy, beast him and feast him. Let's go.
You want to just? Do you want to attack him?
Yeah, get up my face. Let me into this Rain Lord's castle.
Let's do it. You set your phasers on fire.
Oh yeah, it's phasers. Wait, what are they? What are they fighting with? I thought their technology was Middle Ages. Are we just riddling like people with swords with bullets? We're just like phasing. It just drops.
So we need to check a phaser fight here. You either set your gun to stun or kill. That's your choices.
I suppose we should stun him. This doesn't feel like a fair fight.
Fair enough. If you set your phasers to stun, you add 2 points to each dice roll as the guard is armored. So you fire at the guard, right? So here you go. So you're just
So it's more like they were going to lose because we went for stun.
Yep.
God damn it.
Right. So you basically you just you roll 2 dice, blah blah. Yeah, you roll 2 dice, and if the number's high, if the 2 dice, so you've had 2 dice, you roll 2 dice and add to it, and add 2 to it, and if it's higher than your skill score, you miss.
Okay.
However, non-security officers deduct 3 from their skill in this battle. Right, so who you got? So you all get shot. You all get asked to fire each. So your skill is 11. So you deduct 8. That 3 from that to make it 8. So with 2 dice and you add 2 to it, you need to get less than 8.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Well, maybe do we pick the order?
I'm rolling 2 dice, and you need. Well, technically, you need to get 6 or less.
Yeah.
Because you need you're deducting 2 from it because you set it to stun.
So 6.
You rolled a 7. So Captain Tarkin misses. Captain Tarkin misses. Onion.
This guy down.
Onion's got a skill of 7, and he's non-security officer. So Onion basically with 2 dice has to roll 2 or less.
Has to roll snake eyes, basically.
And of course,
please do Onion.
So Onion missed.
How amazing would it have been if Onion did it? Rusty Johnson is a security officer.
Rusty Johnson is a security officer with a skill of 10, which is lowered to 8 because you set it to stun, and there's the armor. So you need to get 8 or less.
Whoa!
And you got 6.
Yes, so I knew you could do it, Rusty Johnson.
So you hit the guard. That was quite cool. I haven't made a phaser fight before.
Yeah, it's like a wee skill check battle. What happens if we all miss? Does he just kill us all?
He would probably attack you, I'm assuming. So, but it doesn't matter. You hit him, basically knock the guard out with your stun. You approach the castle gate, shoot your face. What?
Can I search him?
No.
Ah.
Well, I mean, what's he going to have?
Can Onion pee on him?
Onion can pee on him. Onion is peeing on him as you approach the castle gates. You use your phasers to melt the lock and open the large doors. Inside, you proceed with caution, being hidden in the shadows.
Medieval worlds are easy mode. It's like this dude didn't even fight back because we just shot him, and now we're just melting logs. We're turning this into a cakewalk.
It's just awesome. That's what.
Yeah, we're just bad. We're just space badasses showing up,
shooting people.
That would be excellent. That would be excellent in a D&D campaign. Like, just to be from space and to just like be walking around castles, melting doors and shit.
and stuff. I know, absolutely. It's just that's the way. Just kind of going. You've got a phaser. Thank you, Morgan.
It's,
Right, off you go. Bye bye.
it's like we're
What
like
you did
raiding a
before?
cat.
Were you at
Yeah.
Lidl? That's fine. She couldn't have heard my story. Sorry, that's just a callback. That's why she
Oh.
didn't make me a tea before she was at the shops. Right. Anyway, sorry. I just realised that we took that slightly off topic again, and we're trying to keep this tight. Right. Anyway, so basically, do that. You proceed with caution, although I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just
What's going to get us? Well, this guy can't control the weather, apparently. So
allegedly. Allegedly.
or he's just taking credit for it.
Absolutely. That's what I would do.
Yeah, you're a civilization of idiots. Just be like, that's me doing that. Give me all your stuff and get out of my castle, or I'll keep doing it.
Yeah, he just sits there and he's just got like strippers and stuff around him, and he just makes it rain. That's the real reason it's called the Rain Lord.
We're gonna get in here and it's gonna be the greatest party ever. It's gonna be like partying with Kim Jong-un. It's gonna be incredible.
I feel an awesome cliffhanger coming on.
Yeah.
So it seems most right. So you proceed with caution, keeping hidden in the shadows as you make your way towards the central keep. From the activity you see inside, it seems most likely you'll find the Rain Lord in the central building. However, there are 3 guards on the door, all armed with the sticks, the missile sticks. Don't know what the hell they are. Missile sticks your original hosts were carrying. You either approach these guards and demand to be taken to the Rain Lord, or open fire with your phasers.
Oh, that's maybe a good place to leave it.
Do you wanna leave it there?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually I don't know. This is a good place to leave it because I don't actually know what I'm gonna pick yet.
Well, then let's leave it there. We've kept it tight, 57 minutes.
The tightest it's ever been. Tight as a funeral drum.
Your cliffhanger is: do you want to shoot this bunch of people that have got no way of defending themselves?
They've got missile sticks.
Yeah, I don't know what these missile sticks do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Right. So look at last time. I'll discuss the decision more because still got a couple of minutes. But look at last time. We have. Did you mute to stop us from hearing your slurping? That's very considerate.
It's because it's really. I don't drink milk, so it's really hot.
I was so tempted to do a slurp sound while you were doing it to fill in the blank.
I just you'd just heard this. Just as I was testing it. Yes, I did. Yeah. I should have just pretended that I muted it just to go, fucking hate this guy.
always do it with the update thing. And only Morgan hears it.
Fucking prick.
What a prick of him. Look at those stupid fucking glasses in his face. But anyway, before we get into the art, let me explain my decision. Like, if I pull out a gun now, like, think of the odds last time for it was like Onion's got to try and make a shot and needs to roll snake eyes.
Yep.
We only had one like nearly like good chance there, and that's the only security officer we got. So I think in my head we only guaranteed have one down. If the rest have missiles and they shoot Onion's dead.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So you've got a week to decide, basically. What I will say is that one of the reasons that you were at such a disadvantage last time is the fact that you set them to stun. So I mean, you could get rid of that disadvantage immediately by
just what is it? Onion, attack! Just jumps up and fully bites the throat out of one of the guards. Just
absolutely. So that's the way to do it. That's how I would do it.
But
anyway, you've got a week to decide.
Oh, so we do.
So
we have successfully made it to the hour.
Bloody hell! Well done, us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Tight.
I'm going to leave it at that. I will message you and tell you.
Yes, tell me, please.
Horrific. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it right now. Right, I'll message you about that. and we'll see you guys next week. It's been
See
an
you next
absolute
week.
pleasure.
As always,
Chris Ashworth.
this has been John Grotler.
See you next week on Tight 10 at Warp 10. Bye.
Sayonara.